All right, good morning, sixth graders. We're jumping in really quick with chapter 18. I have 19,000 things to do today, so it's going to be a little bit quick. It's called Annabeth Does Obedience School. We stood in the shadows of Valencia Boulevard, looking up at gold letters etched in black marble, DOA Recording Studios. Underneath, stenciled on the glass doors, no solicitors, no loitering, no living. It was almost midnight, but the lobby was brightly lit and full of people. Behind the security desk sat a tough-looking guard with sunglasses and an earpiece. I turned to my friends. Okay, you remember the plan? The plan. Ooh, Grover gulped. Yeah, love the plan. Annabeth said, what happens if the plan doesn't work? Don't think so negative. Right, she said. We're entering the land of the dead, and I shouldn't be thinking negatively. I took the pearls out of my pocket, the 3 milky spheres the Nereid have given me in Santa Monica. They didn't seem like much of a backup in case something went wrong, though. Annabeth put her hand on my shoulder. I'm sorry, Percy. You're right. We'll make it, and it'll be fine. She gave Grover a nudge. Oh, right, he chimed in. We got this far. We'll find the Master Bolt, and we'll save your mom. No problem. I looked at them both and felt really grateful for their kindness. Only a few minutes before, I had almost gotten them stretched to death on the deluxe waterbeds, and now they were trying to be brave for my sake, trying to make me feel better. I slipped the pearls back in my pocket. Let's whip some underworld butt. And then we walked inside the DOA lobby. Muzak played softly on hidden speakers, and the carpet and walls were steel gray. Pencil cactuses grew in the corners like skeleton hands. The furniture was black leather and every seat was taken. There were people sitting on couches, people standing up, people staring out the windows, or people waiting for the elevator. But nobody moved. Nobody talked. Nobody did much of anything. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see them all just fine. But if I focused on any one of them in particular, they started looking transparent. I could see right through their bodies. The security guard's desk was a raised podium, so we had to look upwards at him. He was tall and very elegant, with chocolate-colored skin and bleach blonde hair shaved military style. He wore tortoiseshell shades, by the way, me too. Tortoiseshell shades and a silk Italian suit that matched his hair. A black rose was pinned to his lapel under a silver name tag. I read the name tag, then looked at him in bewilderment. Your name is Chiron? He leaned across the desk. I couldn't see anything in his glasses except for my own reflection, but his smile was sweet and cold, kind of like a python's right before it eats you. What a precious young lad. He had a strange accent, British maybe, but also as if he had learned English as a second language. Tell me, mate, do I look like a centaur? No, sir, he added smoothly. No, sir, I said. He pinched the name tag and ran his finger under the letters. Can you read this, mate? It said Charon. Say it with me. Charon. Charon. Amazing. Charon. Mr. Charon, I said. Well done. And then he sat back. I hate being confused with that old horseman. And how may I help you little dead ones? His question caught my stomach like a fastball. I looked at Annabeth for support. We want to go to the underworld, she said. Charon's mouth twitched. Well, that's refreshing. It is? She asked. Straightforward and honest. No screaming? No. There must be a mistake, Mr. Charon. He looked over. How did you die then? I nudged Grover. Oh, drown. In the bathtub. All 3 of you? Charon asked. We nodded. It was a big bathtub. Charon looked mildly impressed. I don't suppose you have coins for your passage. Normally with adults, you see, I could charge your American Express and I could add the ferry price to your last cable bill. But with children, alas, you never die prepared. Suppose you have to take a seat for a few centuries. Oh, we have coins. And then I set 3 golden drachmas on the counter, part of the stash I'd found in Krusty's office desk. Well, now, Charon moistened his lips. Real drachmas. Real golden drachmas. I haven't seen these in... His fingers hovered greedily over the coins. We were so close. Then Charon looked at me. That cold stare behind his glasses seemed to bore a hole right through my chest. Here now, he said. You couldn't read my name correctly. Are you dyslexic, lad? No, I'm dead. Charon leaned forward and he took a sniff. You're not dead. I should have known. You're a godling. We have to get to the underworld, I insisted. Charon made a growling sound deep in his throat. Immediately, all the people in the waiting room got up and started pacing, agitated, lighting cigarettes, running their hands through their hair, or checking their wristwatches. Leave while you can, Karen told us. I'll just take these and forget I even saw you. He started to go for the coins, but I snatched them back. No service, no tip. I tried to sound much braver than I felt. Karen growled again, a deep, blood-chilling sound. The spirits of the dead started pounding on the elevator doors. It's a shame, too, I said as I sighed. We had more to offer. I held up the entire bag from Krusty's stash. I took out a fistful of drachmas and I let the coins spill through my fingers. Karen's growl turned to something more like a lion's purr. Do you think I can be bought, godling? Hey, just out of curiosity, how much you got there? A lot, I said. I bet Hades doesn't pay you well enough for such hard work. Oh, you don't know the half of it. How would you like to babysit these spirits all day? Always hearing, please don't let me be dead. Please, let me across for free. I haven't had a paycheck in 3,000 years. Do you imagine suits like this come cheap? You deserve better, I agreed. A little appreciation, respect, and good pay. With each word, I stacked another gold coin on the counter. Karen glanced down at his silk Italian jacket as if imagining himself in something even better looking. I must say, lad, you're making some sense now, but only just a little. I stacked another few coins. I could mention a pay raise while I'm talking to Hades. He sighed. Boat's almost full anyway. I might as well add you 3 and be off. He stood, scooped up our money, and said, come along. We pushed through the crowd of waiting spirits who started grabbing at our clothes like the wind, their voices whispering things that I couldn't understand. Charon shoved them out of the way, grumbling, freeloaders. He escorted us to the elevator, which was already crowded with souls of the dead, each one holding a green boarding pass. Charon grabbed 2 spirits who were trying to get on with us, and he pushed them back into the lobby. Right. Now, no one get any ideas while I'm gone, he announced to the waiting room. And if anyone moves the dial off my easy listening station again, I'll make sure you're here for another 1,000 years. Understand? He shut the doors and he put a key into the slot of the elevator panel and we started to descend. What happens to the spirits waiting in the lobby? Annabeth asked. Nothing, Karen said. Well, for how long? Forever, until I'm feeling generous. Oh, that's fair. Karen raised an eyebrow. Whoever said death was fair, young miss. Wait till it's your turn. You'll die soon enough. Where you're going. We'll get out alive, I said. I got a sudden, very dizzying feeling. We weren't even going down anymore, but we were going forward now, and the air turned misty. Spirits around me started changing their shape. Their modern clothes flickered, turning into gray hooded robes. The floor of the elevator began to sway. I blinked hard. When I opened my eyes, Charon's creamy Italian suit had been replaced by a long black robe. His tortoiseshell glasses were now gone. Where his eyes should have been were just empty sockets, kind of like Ares' eyes, except Charon's were totally dark, full of night and death and despair and hurt. He saw me looking and he said, well, nothing, I managed. I thought he was grinning, but that wasn't it. Okay. All right, that's good stuff for us today.